Hey everyone, let me present you the Colonel Wasp 77. I mean, this blaster is so good, I got a hard time imagining how I'm gonna enjoy half of my arsenal after this thing. I'm your host Dave, welcome to that. This Wasp 77 is an automatic electronic blaster, which is basically a spring-powered blaster that primes itself. It is made by Colonel Wasp. It is worth around $200 US, and it will accept pretty much every Talon magazine you have. A very few minor gripes on it, but let's start at the beginning when I received this brown box. Apart from the Colonel Wasp logo on the lid, there was no way of knowing what it was, but let's say that logo and the little red sticker on the side kind of spoiled the content. First thing I noticed when I opened the box was that the blaster was packed upside down, probably easier for packing when they put everything in the box, meaning they put the blaster in the plastic, put the box over it, flip it over and put everything in it. Everything came with it. I mean, you have the LiPo, a 3S 11.1 volt with a XT30 connector. Believe me, the battery space in that blaster is good enough for the included LiPo, but with a bigger connector it would have given you problem to install it in. This thing was just a breeze from the start. I mean, I opened the box, I removed the included LiPo, charger, the genuine worker 18 round curved magazine that came with it. That is something. The buffer tube and 2 spring. I mean, those 2 spring are really something. I didn't dare put the strong spring inside my blaster. So far it is perfect, but those things, this one is stiff, really. The other one is slightly softer, and the blaster just prime it in a snap. Basically, from opening the box to firing the blaster, it was a big 15 minutes. There was 1 minute to assemble the blaster because this thing is made for quick access from the stock tube. This thing is super easy. You just unscrew this plunger tube, swap the spring and put it back in. The rest of that 15 minutes was topping off the LiPo. So in 15 minutes, this blaster was ready to fire. As the first precaution, I'm going to tell you, don't put any loaded magazine inside your blaster before you turn it on. In case your dart are squished, your dart might cause problem, but honestly, I fired over 50-60 mag through this thing and it was flawless, worked every time perfectly, no jam, no dart was scratched or harm when using this thing. So the first turn on the blaster, or just to turn it on, don't put your hand here because your finger will come in the way of this handle. There is one on both sides, which is like a priming handle, and this thing goes back and forth when you fire the blaster. And since this blaster does not work like the Wasp 76, this thing works like a true springer, meaning the second you will turn it on, it will prime itself one time so it's ready to fire, because when you press the trigger, you are not cycling with a small delay to fire your dart, you are releasing the catch and then the blaster reprimes itself. Hold it from the front and then turn it on. This is quite quick and my battery is not even full charge here. Then put in your magazine. This mag well is crazy. I don't know how to explain it. It is very, very, very firm, but very, very, very smooth at the same time and very tight also at the same time. This is crazy. I don't know how to describe it because you put your mag in and it barely shakes. Okay, keeping your dart always in the right position for this blaster to work. And when you want to release it, this is just a mag drop. It gravity drop every time, and this thing works with pretty much every Talon geometry mag. The unicorn mag are doing miracle for this thing. I don't know what those things have more, but they work amazingly good in that blaster. The only problem I had were with these worker, the 10 rounder from the Swift. I have a bunch of those, and those, while fitting very well in, they don't gravity drop. It's the only worker mag that don't gravity drop. These and the new Dragon Claw curve mag from the Seagull, since they are a tad thicker. Now your blaster is turned on and you put your dart. And I hear you. You just told me the blaster primes itself, meaning now it's gonna dry fire. No, it is not gonna dry fire. Because you see, this handle becomes super easy to bring back when the blaster is already primed, meaning you will pull it back to bring your pusher back and let it go for it to chamber, meaning now you're ready to fire and fire. This thing just works. My first little gripe with this blaster would be the trigger pull. The first time I pulled the trigger, my finger was really at the bottom here to pull it, and it was very hard. Then I tried really centering my finger. It was okay. I mean, it was okay in the middle, but it didn't feel quite right. My trick, go from the upper part of the trigger, and then it becomes a lot more snappy and a lot more easy to pull. Then going for the chronograph. The blaster just shoot 210, 220. I had some high 246 shot with this blaster. I mean, this is just a regular, powerful Springer blaster that primes itself. And over that, the accuracy is the one of a Springer. Where the Wasp 76 was kind of throwing your aim off balance with the reciprocating barrel at the front of it. This one, at the fixed barrel, you release a standard catch and then it primes itself. Meaning when you fire, the blaster is stable. But then there is the capabilities of this blaster, because while it's very fun to just plink with it semi-automatic, you just, in the flick of a switch, put it in full auto. I mean, this thing shoots 4 to 5 rounds a second at 200 FPS. It is amazing. All the evolution, I mean, witnessing, feeling all the evolution from the Colonel Wasp 76, which was basically a half-dart stampede, to this thing, which is more or less a select fire Seagull. Yes, some of you will find the blaster a little bland. And yes, but this thing, as most of the Colonel Wasp blaster, is designed to be a core blaster, which means you're gonna put whatever grip you need to hold it there or to finish it or body kit on it. The shell is super hard polycarbonate, I mean, and the color is so vibrant. It is right in the right shade to be in my arsenal, so no, I am not gonna paint this blaster. And then there will be my very last minor little gripe. It's the comfort of this grip. While this part is perfect, that little big corner here is kind of out of the blaster line and can dig in your second finger when you hold the blaster to pull the trigger from the upper position. Which means I am just gonna shave it from both sides and everything should be okay. This blaster is literally all the advantage of a fully automatic flywheeler with all the advantage of a precise and powerful Springer in a working package. Like I said, a minute to assemble once outside the box, 15 to top off the battery, and the thing is working since. No scratch on the dart, no jam. I didn't have to fiddle with it, to tune it. Let's check that seal, okay? Because now it's sealed, and now that I can safely turn it off, that's the thing that told me that this blaster was amazing. The seal on it is impeccable. Do I recommend this blaster? Absolutely. Even if it would have been just a pump action Springer, I would have told you this is a very solid and good one, a little bit expensive, but now it's an AEG, semi-auto or full auto with the flick of a switch. It got an included battery that comes with it, the charger, a genuine Worker Talon magazine with it. No, this is a home run. This is not only one of the best blaster I've handled this year, it's one of the best blaster I've handled, period. Yeah, I could keep going on this Wasp 77, but this is so good. I didn't expect that. I mean, all the manufacturer could take note from this blaster if they want to have any kind of AEB on the market that is reliable. This thing doesn't compare to the BK1S and BK2S. This is a far superior blaster, honestly. Plus, you don't have to mod it for Talon. Even compared to an FB1, this thing is baffling. The Colonel Wasp 77, my new best friend on the field. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @nerfguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to notify for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.